Hey, what is going on, guys? Shy Guy here, bringing y'all today my PMU Season 7 Draft Analysis. So, in this video, I'm going to be running over my PMU Season 7 team, what I drafted, thoughts on the draft, and so on and so forth. But before we get started, I'd like to shout out a couple people first at the beginning of the video. First off, I'd like to shout out the PMU staff, Just Kurt, Tony, who also goes by Shady, I think, Silver Smasher, Steven Thurston, and Kurt the Butthole, or Kurt the Buzzhole, as he goes on Discord. But in reality, he's Kurt the Butthole. So, and then on top of that, I'd like to shout out all the other coaches. I should have everyone's link in the description below if they have the YouTube channel. If they don't, I'll just put their name down there, because I like shouting out people. And then I want to shout out my front office. They didn't help me draft the team, but they will try to help me in building teams every week for all my matches. And then finally, let's shout out Glitch for the music in the background, because there's some good tunes to listen to. So let's get started with the draft analysis. So if you've never seen a draft analysis or watched a draft league before, basically you draft a team of mons like you would a fantasy football team, and it'd be like snake form. So, for example, I am pick number 13, so you'd have 12 picks, and then on the 13th pick, I would make a pick, and then in this case, it's a 16-man league. There'd be 3 more picks, and then we go into round 2, 3 picks are made, then my pick since I'm the 13th pick, and then 12 more picks, and then you go around to round 3, so on and so forth. And in this league, you draft 11 mons. So once 11 rounds are done, the draft is over, and that's your team. And the other thing is there's a point system. So you're given 1 tier 1, a tier 2, 2 tier 3s, a tier 4, a tier 5, a mega Pokemon, and 4 free picks, which you can use with 400 points. Tier 1s are 180, tier 2s are 120, tier 3s are 100, tier 4s are 60, and tier 5s are 40. So, with all that being said, let's hop into Pokemon we drafted. So, round 1, like I said, I had the 13th pick, so I wasn't expecting anything. Not super good, but, nothing bust or anything. Megalophony went first overall, Garchomp went super early, Jirachi, Talonflame. Oh, forgot to mention this part. This is a Gen 6 league, so in Gen 7, they have stuff like Z-Moves, the Tapus, nerfs on a bunch of abilities, stuff like that. That's not going to take place in this league, because this is a Gen 6 league, or an ORAS league, so the games are played on ORAS. And yeah, so it's going to be super fun. First ever league I'm uploading, and my first ever Wi-Fi league happens to be a Gen 6 league. I have done Gen 7 leagues before, I just never bothered to upload or anything like that. So like I said, Lot, Jirachi, Garchomp, Talonflame, those are some of the picks I remember being first. And I'm thinking of what I want to draft, and I remember, one of the abilities that was nerfed in Gen 7 was like pixelate type abilities, where it's like normal moves turn into the type of the Pokemon and they get like a boost. So in Gen 7, the boost was lower from the boost in Gen 6. So it makes them a little bit better in Gen 6. Not a little bit. They're a lot better in Gen 6. So I wanted one of those. Mega Pinsir was an option. Mega Altaria was an option. But in the end, I decided to go with Mega Gardevoir. Now, Mega Gardevoir has that pixelate ability, which turns any normal moves, in this case Hyper Voice, into a fairy move. And on top of that, it's going to get a boosted power. And on top of that, it's going to go through a substitute. Couple that with some Psychic Stab to help break poison types, and the ability to set up a Calm Mind, and some other cool utility. Obviously, if you see right here, we got I don't know why I clicked on Calm Mind. We got stuff like Destiny Bond, Encore. I think if I go down here, you can see Heal Bell. We got Wish, Healing Wish, Light Screen, Memento, Pain Slit. This thing's got a lot of utility. And then when it comes to like stats and stuff, you got some mediocre first stats, 68 HP, 85 attack, 65 defense. None of those are really stand out. Then you got 165 special attack, 135 special defense and 100 speed. So this thing's relatively fast. It's gonna be at the same speed here as some other mons, like Mew and Celebi and stuff like that. So you're kind of forcing those mons to either run max speed or you outspeed them. So yeah, let's make Gardevoir. Also, mons are gonna be at level 50. I forgot about that. Just playing on Showdown. And also, I'm gonna post my nicknames on the video. So Gardevoir is gonna be named G-Dog after Gaw. God has a wife. And all my nicknames are based off PLA members. If you don't know what the PLA network is, it's a network where you use small leagues and other fun stuff like that. If I can remember, I'll put in a description, a link to the Discord in the description below. But yeah, you should definitely check it out. Fun community and whatnot. So round 2 comes, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what I want. And I'm thinking, okay, one thing that Gardevoir struggles with is steel types, because while it gets Focus Blast, and you can run hidden powers and whatnot, Focus Blast is super unreliable, and hidden powers are also kind of unreliable. So I figured something that could break steals would be super beneficial for the team, and so I went with Infernape. Now, Infernape is a really good mod. So, looking at items, you can run a lot of different items. Obviously, you can run like any of the choice items really well. You can run a Focus Sash if you want to guarantee a hit off, if you're at full. I guess you can run Leftover, it's probably the best item. Life Orb's also super common on Infernapes just for that extra boost. Mainly, you see Choice Scarf or Life Orb, but there are some other sets. Abilities, Blaze is super nice because you get the boost in fire type moves at 1/3 of health, and then Iron Fist is nice for like your punching moves. And then we got some good stab moves like Flare Blitz, also Close Combat. We got some also good priorities like Mach Punch and Vacuum Wave. And then we also got stuff like on the special side, we got Fire Blast, and we got Focus Blast, which isn't as good, but. And then we got some cool coverage moves. Thunder Punch is one, and Earthquake I know is another one. And then we also get U-Turn, which U-Turn is pretty good because it's gonna allow you to whenever you click U-Turn, it pivots you out. So let's say I click U-Turn, I'll fire off the attack, and then I switch out. So it's really good for momentum whenever it comes to like forcing switches, because Infernape is a mon that forces switch outs. And on top of that, we also got some cool setup options: Bulk Up, Calm Mind. We got Fake Out on here, I forgot to mention that. And then we also got Nasty Fly and Swords Dance, which can boost our stats. And then we got really good stats. Obviously, the bulk's semi-decent, not the greatest. We got 104 in both our attacks, which means hit decent hard. And we got 108 speed, which means we're gonna outspeed mons that are the same tier as Gardevoir speed. And I'm not gonna bother making level 50, I don't think it matters. But Infernape's gonna be named after High Jump Sean, who's one of the head admins in PLA. And then, so obviously, these two mons are very offensive, so some bulk would be nice. So my next pick is Ferrothorn. Good steel type, good grass type, with some good abilities and some great bulk and some super utility. So obviously we got Iron Barbs, which means any move that makes physical contact with us is going to take some recoil damage on that. And on top of Rocky Helmet, Sing is probably one of the not Rocky, it's Rocky Helmet. I think it's one of the last things you want to click a physical attack and move on. And then on top of that, you got great utility, Stealth Rock, Spikes. We got, I believe, Thunder Wave is an option. Got Leech Seed, and then on from like the attacking side, we got Gyro Ball, got Power Whip, and we got Knockoff. So usually those 7 moves are usually the moves you see on basically every Ferrothorn set. Usually just gonna derive from those moves, and then for items it's usually like Rocky Helmet or Leftovers. Might be a Super Berry, and then for stats, got really good defenses. Decent HP stat, 94 attack, which is decent. It means this thing's not going to be pure setup fodder. 54 special attack, which doesn't matter, and 20 speed, which you think is really bad. But since we got Gyro Ball, which is base power is dependent on speed compared to the other mon's speed. Gyro Ball is going to be hitting pretty hard, coming off a decent attack stat. Ferrothorn is going to be named after Jed, or Jed Swarley, who's another mod in the PLA. And at this point, thinking, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to draft mons that I think are cool. And one mon that I've never had the opportunity to draft is Thunderous Incarnate, who will be nicknamed Jaden. I know I usually give the nickname at the end, but I'll figure out since some of mine nicknamed after Jaden. He's one of the coolest people I've ever met, one of the nicest people too. So that's nice. And then Thunderous usually runs the same items as Infernape. You know, one of the choice items, a Life Orb. Sometimes runs Leftovers, sometimes might run Focus Sash. You never know. Two really good abilities. Prankster is nice because it gives me priority on my status type moves, and Defiance is also really nice if I want to force, say, a Defog to defog Ferrothorn's hazards, so that's nice. And then obviously for attacks, we got Electric Stab, a bunch of other cool coverage moves. I'm not going to go over them, but some of them: Grass Knot, Psychic, Sludge Wave, really good Fighting Stab, Dark Pulse. Also got some really good physical stab, like Brick Break, Crunch, Facades usually on almost every mon. Knockoff, really nice utility. And then we also got U-Turn, which is really nice for pivoting. Also got good stats moves like Taunt, T-Wave, take me a Defog. So that makes this thing pretty viable in my opinion. And then similar to Infernape, we got good attacking stats, good speed stat, and then just super bulk. And at this point, my draft's looking pretty offensive. I got Ferrothorn, which is bulky. I think maybe another bulky mon might help out my draft. So I go with Vaporeon, which gives me bulky water, and it helps me finish off my fire, water, grass core of Infernape, Ferrothorn, Vaporeon. Speaking of that, I also have a decent Fairy Dragon Steel core of Ferrothorn, Medgardevoir. And once I get my dragon, that'll help me out. Vaporeon is pretty simple what it does. It's usually going to run Scald, Wish, Protect, and then it's usually going to run either Roar, Stop Setup, going to run Toxic, which also kind of helps with like stuff that resists Scald. Could run Baton Pass, because this thing might force switch outs. That's basically about it. Might run Ice Beam for like grasses and dragons. And then on item, it's usually Leftovers every week. And for ability, it's Water Absorb. And then you got really good HP stat, decent special attack stat, so Scald's going to be hurting a lot. Really good special defense. Defense isn't that good, but if you run max HP, max defense every week, this thing can chew almost any physical attack. But it's not weak to, like, it's not going to take a wild charge where it takes, say, a Flare Blitz or an Iron Hit or something like that. It's going to chew those, and then most non-super effective moves like Earthquake, it's not going to do too much that. And then it's really slow, but, we can work around that. And Vaporeon's going to name Axelix, after my buddy Axel, who's another mod in PLA. And then after that, I'm thinking, alright, got a good bulk core, Ferrothorn, and Vaporeon, got some good offense. But what really works with this offense is Zoroark. So Zoroark has the ability Illusion, which means that whatever mon is last in the party, it's going to copy. So that could make some good mind games, like Infernape, which is a fighting type, which is weak to psychic type attacks, which in reality Zoroark is immune to. So I could use that as an option. And then as for items, really good choice items. Not only banned because its physical move pool isn't as good as special move. Also you can run Focus Sash and Life Orb, some other common items on it. Move pool, Nasty Plot, I believe it's Swords Dance, if I recall correctly. Yep, Swords Dance. Special move pools like Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, I believe. Sludge Bomb, yeah. And then physical moves against Sucker Punch and Crunch and Knockoff. Crunch, you really don't run Crunch. Knockoff. Yeah, it's Knockoff. Also, it's Grass Knot. Extra sensory for a good psychic stab. So, and then for stats, similar to Infernape and Thunderous, it's got good attack, good special attack, good speed. Defenses are pretty mediocre. And Zoroark, she came after Crow, who's also another super nice member in the PLA gang. I know he's relatively new, but he's super nice. And He said his favorite mon Zoroark, so I guess I kind of have to name it my Zoroark after him. And this is my first 6 picks right here. And then we're going to go into the second part because I don't feel like, messing with the team roster thing. So at this point, I'm looking, and one thing that's super important in Draft League is removal, which means, getting rid of your opponent's stealth rocks and spikes and T-spikes and whatnot. So I figured that would be important. And one remover in Tier 5 that I really liked on this team was Cryogonal. Cryogonal had decent speed, decent special attack, really good special defense, low stats and everything else, but if you invest in it, it could take physical hits decently, kind of like Vaporeon. And I'm not joking when I say, right before my pick, it gets taken. And I was just like, what do I do? I'm basically screwed. Not screwed, but I lost the best remover that was still available. So I'm like kind of panicking right now, figuring what I was going to do. And so I said, okay, I kind of have an ice weakness because my steel type doesn't resist it. It's kind of relying on Vaporeon right now. And I guess Infernape resist it too, but that's not really the best ice switching. Also kind of decent fire weakness with Ferrothorn around. So I figured Snorlax would be a superb option on this team. Snorlax has 3 really good abilities. Immunity, which means that it's immune to Toxine, which is super nice. Got Thick Fat, which gives it that ice resistance and that fire resistance I was talking about. It's got Gluttony, which isn't as useful in Gen 6. It's more useful in Gen 7 when there were like the super berries that came out. But it's still pretty decent. And Snorlax is movable. Well, it's a normal type, so it's got pretty movable. Obviously, Body Slam, and Crunch, Earthquake, Fire moves, Biting moves, Poison moves. Leader has Ice Punch and whatnot. Ice Punch. It's got a really good special move too, but with 60 special attack, I don't think it's hitting that hard. And it also got like Curse, which means that it can boost my attack and defense at the cost of me lowering my speed. But I'm never going to use my speed because it's Snorlax and I got 30. So, yeah. And I already got like super good special defense. So, like, there are some instances where if I set curses, I can just win. And then I have Recycle, which means I can recycle a berry, which in this case would be a citrus berry, which does a 4th of my HP, which isn't as good as, like I said, the Eye berries, super berries and whatnot. But, it's still a decent set. And then for stats, really good HP, really good attack and speed. Mediocre defense and special attack, but you can work with this defense with Curse and the speed. You're really not gonna use that. So I'm looking what I want next, and I say, okay, Poison type would be nice to absorb T-spikes and whatnot. So I went with Quillfish. So Quillfish is nice because A, you got pretty good abilities. Poison Quake means that if they make contact with us, they're going to get poisoned. Swift Swim means that in rain, we're going to have our speed doubled. And Intimidate, which is probably the best one and most common, or lower their attack. So with our decent 75 physical defense, we can take physical hits decently well. We are investing into. This thing has a really nice move ball. I believe we like Aqua Jet, really nice priority. Get hazard forms and toxic spikes. Regular spikes. Kind of like another Ferrothorn type model. Also get Thunder Wave. Get Destiny Bond. That's another cool option. I've used Quillfish before. It'd be really fun. Also got Explosion on there. Haze is super nice. Skull, which is kind of like Vaporeon. Burn stuff. Really decent move pool. And then for stats are mediocre. Outside of like attack and speed, and those are decent. But like I said, this thing is Intimidate, so it can take a lot of physical attacks. Well, special attacks, that's a different story. It's not really going to appreciate those. But, and also, like I said, this thing has Swift Swim and a decent attacking move pool. So, if I wanted to run like Rain Dance, Quillfish, and, be offensive, I could do that. Oh, forgot to mention Snorlax, nicknamed after my good bud, Colin. My friend told me to name after him, because Colin's like the meme of the PLA server, and Quillfish is named Damien after a new guy that's joined the Galactic Damien. Shout out to him, he's super cool. And then Colin is the co-owner of PLA, so it's nice to have him named after one of my moms. Fortunately, he's named after Snorlax, so I don't know if he's gonna appreciate it that much, but its gliding again or something. Then we come to my removal part. If you notice, I don't have an electric resist on this team. Actually, that's a lie. I have very little. But that's it. So I wanted to only deal with electric types there. And while Claydol is the best ground type, it's only have to work. Claydol's got, a decent move pool of like with power, psychic, deepling, ice speed. But two things that it really does well is it can set hazards, which specifically stealth drop, and it can remove them with rapid spin, which is what I was looking for on the team. Levitate's a nice ability, gives me a ground immunity, like, which Quillfish speak to ground moves, Fernie speak to ground moves, Ferrothorn, which is my grass type, doesn't appreciate switching into them. So I figured Claydol would be nice in that regard. Items usually like leftovers or something like that. One remove pool. Stats, not the greatest stats ever. He had a decent bolt, but not really the greatest HP. Offensive stats, 70 HP, 70 attack, 70 special attack, 75 speed. They're not the greatest, but, better than having nothing, I guess. And Claydol is going to be named after Sparks the God, so we're just going to call it Sparks. So yeah, that's Sparks here. Next up, I was looking, I said, I don't know. I had my last pick planned out because I knew no one was going to take it based on what they had, so figured that was safe to take. And so I wanted to look at my last tier 5. I need it for the team. Also, I forgot to keep on going over this, so we're going to go back to this page. Gardevoir is my Mega, Infernape and Thundurus are my tier 1s. Ferrothorn is my only tier 2 at this point. Vaporeon and Snorlax are my tier 3s. Zoroark and Quillfish are my tier 4s. And Claydol and my next pick, which is going to be Articuno, are my tier 5s. Now, for any of y'all Pokemon Go players, y'all know about Articuno and Team Mystic, the most popular team. Although I, myself, whenever I used to play that, I was Team Valor. I stopped playing that because it got kind of boring. But, a lot of things can get boring over time. But Articuno is not spectacular, especially since its typing Ice and Flying gives it a 4x stealth rock weakness. So far at this point, my only stealth rock weakness is Thunder, so I thought it wasn't horrible. Although my removal isn't the best, so I don't know how often I'll be bringing Articuno, or I don't know if it's even going to stay on the team or not. But we'll see. Obviously for Articuno, obviously the Ice Stab is really nice. We don't get good Flying Stab, I don't think. We might get Hurricane. Yeah, we do get Hurricane. So that's nice. U-turn is really nice. I actually didn't know I got that. But yeah, so we can pivot out. Also have Roost, which means we can heal ourselves. Heal Bell, Haze, some good cards. Defog. It's not a great defogger. It's 4x weak to rocks, but gives me an option if I really want it. And then Agility, which can boost my mediocre speed stat of 85. And as for attacking stats, good decent bulk actually. I didn't know this thing had really. It's got really good special bulk, decent physical bulk, and a 90 HP to pair with it. And offensive stats, not the greatest. 85 speed's alright, 95 special attacks alright, 85 physical attacks alright for not being that physical attacker. So it's decent. I don't know how often I want to bring it, but it gives me on the ground immunity as well, which is nice. And obviously, Ice isn't a good defensive typing, so we're not going to go over that. And for items, I forgot to go over these. Abilities Pressure, which means that moves are going to lose 2 PP instead of 1 PP. And Snow Cloak means that if I'm in Hail, my evasion gets a boost. Which, I'm not a big fan of those kind of abilities, so I'm probably not going to run that. And then item, Leftovers, Life Orb, those are some options right there. And Articuno's named after Dat Only Savage. He changed his name a lot. I think it was Dat Blazing Savage, Dat Frosty Savage, Dat Only Savage this time. So, it's going to be a nickname Savage after him. And then my last pick, I need a dragon to finish out my Fairy Dragon Steel Core. And, well, better yet, then grab Zygarde. Now, Zygarde in Gen 7, is a beast, because it's got 1,000 Arrows, which is a ground type move, which can hit flying type Pokemon and Levitators. In this gen, it does not have 1,000 Arrows. But that definitely does not mean it is a bad mon at all. So obviously, we have the two really good setup options in Coil and Dragon Dance. We can also have decent full Earthquake, Extreme Speed. We got Outrage for attacking moves. Also got some cool options, I think, like Crunch and I'm not gonna go over it. Especially, I think it's gonna get Zen Headbutt. Or, oh, correctly. Yeah, Zen Headbutt. Superpower, Stone Edge. Some options. Special move pool is not the greatest. Got Sludge Wave, Hyper Voice, Hidden Powers, Grass Knot, Focus Blast, Draco Meteor. I mean, it's not horrible special attack. It's got, I want to say, 81. That's not terrible, but not great at all. Or Break does nothing because there's no Xerneas or Eupheldos at the other auras. That Aurora Break kills with. Item, leftovers, little Life Orb, type berries like Yachi and whatnot. Choice Band as a decent. And then stats, we have 108 HP, 121 special defense. This thing is pretty bulky, which means that we could actually set up on certain mons if they're not already ice coverage. So that helps. And then we got 100 attack coupled up with coil and D-Dance. Makes this thing pretty scary. 95 speed, that's decent. 95 special defense, that's also decent. 81 special attack, it's alright. I'm probably not going to run a special Zygarde, but we'll see. And Zygarde's named after the Beardy Dragon, so you can get Beardy. And yeah, that is my PMU draft analysis. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like or a dislike, whichever one pleases you. And yeah, shout out to the commissioners, the admins of PMU for letting me in. To be honest, I didn't think they'd let me in because I had really no experience playing ORAS ever, so I'm super happy, super thankful that they're giving me a shot here. All the coaches' links should be in the description below unless they don't have a YouTube channel. And I should also have a link to my Twitter and a link to Glitch City, who provided the song you're listening to right now, if it's actually working right now. I don't know if it is, I don't know if it isn't, because I'm not re-recording this. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!